Hey guys! Welcome to another episode of Bedtime Stories with me. Today, I'm going to tell you a story about a wise man and his joke. So, once upon a time, up in the mountains, there was a wise old man. And people will be queuing up to go up the mountain to talk to this wise man. And sometimes it's the same people going up to the mountain and complaining over the same problem. So the wise man got fed up of this situation and one day decided to do something about it. So he gathered those people and he sit them down and he says, "Guys, I'm going to tell you a joke." So he started to tell them a joke and everyone roared in laughter. After a few minutes, he told them the same joke again and some people just chuckled out of politeness but a little bit puzzled. And then he told the same joke again after a few minutes for the third time. And this time, no one laughed. Everyone just looked at him very puzzled. Then the wise man smiled and said, "So guys, if you cannot laugh over and over again about the same joke, why are you coming to me complaining and crying over the same problem?" So the moral of the story, my friends, is worrying and complaining again about the same thing will not solve that problem. It won't go away. It's just a waste of your time and energy. So here are some things that I realized that I am doing as well. Sometimes I'm also complaining and whining, especially during this crisis, MCO. You know, there's a lot of frustrations, a lot of difficult people that I have to deal with. So I tend to complain, but I catch myself one day and I realized to research a little bit more how to stop complaining. And when I stumbled on this story, I realized that it's time to tell you guys this story and share some of the tips I have learned about complaining. So how do we stop ourselves from over complaining? So these are the 5 things that I think would be a good practice. So first is to catch yourself. So sometimes complaining becomes such a habit and it comes so naturally that we don't know we are doing it. So what I always do is I will tell my loved ones, for me like it will be my partner, and say that if you catch me complaining, nicely, lovingly and gently tell me, "Darling, you're complaining again." So at least I know I'm catching myself that I am complaining. The second thing that I do is be specific. I allow myself to articulate that frustration at least once. I'm only human. I need to vent out sometimes, to rant. So it is healthy if I do it only once and I be specific when I rant. You know, I share because I want to share the details of it and I just want to vent out my frustration and I do not repeat myself again, okay? And the third one is to take action. Apart from complaining and worrying about the situation, I need to sit down and start making proper plans. So what am I going to do about it? If it's something that I cannot do anything about it, then stop talking about it. If I want to stop thinking about it, then fine. If I'm not going to stop thinking about it, I have to make a plan, an action plan. So the third point is to take actions. The fourth point is to establish some new habits. Sometimes there are situations that we just cannot control, and sometimes there are situations that we just need to wait and see what happens after that when we take a certain action. So for me, what really helps is distraction. So not to say distraction, but picking up new healthy habits. So for me, picking up new things to do distract me from the problem, and I also find that having an idle mind, when I'm not occupied enough, then I start thinking about the things that would worry me and I start complaining more. So picking up new habits can also be like pet project like this, video project like my PhD journey with me and bedtime stories with me. So that really helps establishing new habits. And lastly is to practice meditation. So I do this a little bit every morning, but I have to practice it more often throughout the day, especially when there are times where the frustrations and anger comes back and I have the urge to complain about something to someone. I will tell myself, okay, let's chill, calm down, go to a quiet corner and do a few minutes of mindfulness and practice some meditation. That helps me. So these are the 5 tips. I hope it helped you guys as well, and I hope you guys truly believe that over complaining is just unhealthy and worrying doesn't solve anything, especially when it's about the same problem. As always, we end an episode of Bedtime Stories with me with a practice of gratitude. So I'd like to invite you to reflect on your day today. How did it go? Can you find one moment that you're truly grateful for something? And who are the people associated with that moment? It could be your family, it could be your friends, it could be someone virtual, it can also be your pets. And then just say thanks for all the things that have gone wrong today. At least you always have that one moment that you're grateful for today. So thank you, my friends. I hope you reflect deeply before you go to bed. I'll see you tomorrow in another episode of Bedtime Stories with me. Bye!